Hi everyone, this is Age Graceful. I am super excited to be bringing this look. This is a Euphoria look that uses crystal studs, glitter, and boldly colored eyeshadows. Euphoria is how you feel, so we're going to get into this right now. So guys, first off, I did cheat a little bit. I had my eyebrows and my eyelashes done by Miriam in Oak Park, Michigan. She does a fantastic job. It's pretty warm for some reason in Detroit today, so I'm using some Neutrogena makeup remover wipes just to kind of take the oil off of my face and to cool it down a little bit before I start my makeup application. I have to be super careful because I get my eyebrows threaded as well as tinted because they're very light in color naturally. So I have to be careful about any products I allow to get next to my eyebrows. To start, guys, I have a set of Luxie brushes. This is the Gaia set, and inside this set I have a flat highlighter brush. I have a fluffy eyeshadow blending brush, and then I have a small packing brush or a brush that you can use to do under your eyebrow to highlight that area. To begin, I'm going to go into the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to select the color to highlight my brow bone. And that color is very light and it's called Zazz. The Warrior 2 features 9 shades that you can use as transition colors, or you can blend, mix, and match to create the look that you desire. I'm also being super careful while I'm doing this because if I have to wipe off any excess, it might lighten my tint, and I don't want that. As I finished completing my brow bone color, I did realize and remember that I did not use any concealer. I like to use a concealer sometimes to make my eyeshadow last a little bit longer. So I'm going to be using the LA Pro Girl concealer on my lids, and it's in the color Fawn. Now that my concealer is all done, I'm going back to the Warrior palette and I'm selecting the color Kana as my transition color. And I'm just going to put this on very lightly in my crease, and I really want to focus on my outer V, and I want to bring that up to meet the highlight color at my brow bone. Now I'm just taking a little extra care to blend these two colors very well for a seamless effect. Now that I'm all completed with my crease color, I am now referring to the Zulu palette, which is also by Juvia's Place. This palette also has 9 shades, which are rich and deep, bold colors. The color that I selected is sort of a turquoise blue. I'm taking this color and I'm applying it into my crease as well as my outer V, and I'm bringing it across over into my inner eye corner. and I'm going to blend that very well with the previous color. Now that that's done, I'm going to dip back into the Warrior palette, and I'm going to get a little bit of that Zazz on my brush. And this time I'm just going to take the Zazz, which is this kind of creamy white color, and I'm just going to put it on my inner eye corner and just bring it across right about to the middle of my lid. Since this color is so light, I'm being extra careful not to have it fly back and get onto my lashes. It's very expensive to get these individual lashes, and I just don't want them messed up. So I'm going very slowly and very carefully. My eye color is done, and offline I did use a little of the Jordana turquoise color, and I did sweep a little bit of the Zazz right below my waterline. Now I'm going to use the Touch and Soul face primer. You guys know how I feel about this face primer. It is by Touch and Soul. I said that, I think, but it's called No Problem primer. Instead of problem, it's no problem. So it really helps to conceal if you have larger pores. It just gives you a smooth surface on which to build your foundation and your powders. And I really enjoy using this. I was very pleased to have received this in one of my recent boxy charms, and this is a product that I would go back out and purchase. I did not get a chance to show you what the pencil looks like, but this is the pencil by Jordana that I used on my waterline, and I'm almost out of it. I used it previously and I need to replace it, so that's got to be one of the first things I do, and really soon. Now that that's all set, it's time to apply my foundation, and I'm going to the one I like the most. It's my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I'm using a silicone beauty blender to apply it. Oops, almost dropped it. I like the silicone side to apply the product, and then I buff it and finish it up with the more velvety side. When you use this silicone beauty blender, you use much less product, and this way it saves on so much waste, and I just enjoy it. I don't think I will ever go back to a brush when applying liquid foundation, or the sponges that you kind of dampen first and then put your product on, because they tend to suck up your product. And I'll show you this when I'm done. You use all the product that's on the beauty blender, and there's absolutely no waste. They're easy to clean. You just wash them in a gentle detergent and rinse them and let them air dry, and you're ready for the next application. Do you guys see how silky smooth my skin looks with this foundation? You just can't beat it. I mean, I have no words, and I have not found anything, at least for my skin type, that I like to use better in terms of a liquid foundation. This foundation does leave you with a matte finish. A lot of people will argue that women my age should use a foundation that has like a dewy effect to it, but I don't agree. For me and my skin type, I think I look oily and greasy if I use a dewy type moisturizing foundation. I prefer a matte much more. So until my skin changes a little bit more, which I think will happen in probably about 8 years, I'll be 70 then, I'm going to continue to use this foundation. I like a matte effect on my skin. Now that I'm done with my foundation, it's time to move on to the brightener phase of the application. I'm going to go back to the LA Pro Girl Concealer. This time I'm using Warm Honey. And I'm just showing you the fawn color that I used earlier on my eyelids. And it's not that big of a difference, but it will make a difference when you go to take pictures, because it helps to keep the glare off your face when you take pictures, when you use a highlighter under your eyes, and to help contour your face. I would say that for every day, you can really skip over this step of the makeup application. A lot of people kind of shy away from wearing makeup because they think that they have to put all these concealers on, and you really don't if you have a good foundation or a good powder. I am taking extra time to also use this concealer to kind of sculpt out my nose a little bit, my forehead and my chin area. Then I will use my silicone beauty blender to blend this product in as well. And it does a very nice job for concealers as well, not just for the foundation. You can use the same silicone blender for this concealer. Now that I have the concealer in place to highlight, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup stick as my contour. I'm using the color Ebony. And this will bring some color back to my face. I know you say, why take the color away? But it's all an illusion. Is the best thing that I can tell you. Now that I'm finishing up with the contour process of this makeup application, I'm going to now be switching over to my finishing powder. The finishing powder that I use is CoverGirl Queen. I've been using this product for well over 10 years. Queen Latifah was the woman who sponsored this makeup product, and when I was a little bit younger, I thought that we looked a little bit alike, and I think that's what drew me to this product. But my skin is super sensitive. If you look at me for too long, I will break out in acne. That's how sensitive my skin is. And so I use this product because I've never had a problem with it. I could actually be the spokesperson for this product. I don't even think Queen Latifah uses it anymore. And so I'm just using it here to set my liquid foundation and to bring the shine down a little bit on my face and just give me a smooth finished look. If you like an inexpensive powder, this would be it. It runs about $7, and I swear you just really can't beat it for the price. Very good product if I'm using it over 10 years. And it lasts all day. It really does. Now that I have my powder set, I'm going to go to the Cover FX contour palette, but I'm going in to use the blush in here. The blush is, the name of the blush is called Majestic. So I'm going to use a little of that. This is another product that I would pay for, and another product that I got in my BoxyCharm a few months ago, and I use it every makeup application. And I'm just putting a light amount of blush on. Now I'm going to use that Luxie highlighter brush, and the highlighter I selected is called Heavenly. It's a beautiful color. The Heavenly color in this palette, I would say, would be more for daytime use, or if you just wanted something very light. There is a second color of highlighter, and it's called Twilight. And I kind of shy back a little bit from highlighters just because of my age. I don't like to go too heavy on the highlighters, but your face is the canvas and you are the artist. And I would advise you to use the amounts and the colors that you are comfortable with. And the coverage I have on, I'm comfortable with. Now it's time for the crystals and the studs. The gold studs are by Studio G, and the crystal self-adhesive gems are by Hampton Art. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I will probably work and apply them just like I did. Surprise. I also use something called bling stickers. I almost said stinkers. Bling stickers. This is by Jolie's Boutique, and they are actually letters of the alphabet, and I actually have the letter V as my winged eyeliner effect. Then for my lip color, I'm using a lip color called Death Dealer. And I forget who this is by. LA Splash. It's by LA Splash. I apologize. But it's called Death Dealer, and this is my final look. I hope you enjoyed watching.